Live! Yay!
Hey.
We all have our fun
Whoa.
stuff on because it's Cheryl's birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Yay! We all have our hats on. So we see you're here, Deanna. Come on.
Come on, Deanna, get in the chat.
Get in the chat. Do you want to come on with us? It's okay if you don't.
No, it's okay if you don't. Deanna's had a busy, long week.
Yeah, it's fine. Carolyn, hello. Miss Pamela, hello. Yay, it's great to see everybody here. Yeah, so what do you think about Misty's taco hat?
Love it.
Winner. Winner.
Makes me want to eat the taco.
Oh, you don't know where the link is?
I'll
Misty's
send it
mom.
to
My
you
birthday's
in
in
the
March.
FITSQUAD chat, Deanna.
Okay, Misty's on it.
I'm
Misty's.
going to put it in the FITSQUAD chat. Or I'll send it to your personal chat.
Okay, thank you, Misty. Thank you.
No problem.
Yay! Welcome. We've got Cheryl, Misty, Alita, Christy, and Elle. And I'm so glad that you guys are here to celebrate Cheryl's special day and also to talk about our journeys, right? We're all on a journey. Let's talk. Oh, wait, this is funny. I have to show this.
That's the comment of the chat right there.
Yes. That's good.
So it's Cheryl's birthday. So Cheryl, are you celebrating like today, tomorrow? What are you doing?
A little bit of both. Since you have this lovely live and Derek asked if I do his live too. So we altered stuff a little bit, which is totally cool. So we usually go out to a fancy dinner for steak, but since we just did that in Chicago, we found this new to us. It's been around a while, Mexican restaurant in the city. So we're gonna check that out tomorrow. And then maybe my daughter's coming with or not. So you'll just play it by ear. We'll probably walk around a museum tomorrow to get our 5K steps for the Derek's 5K birthday thing at the end of the month. So those are for sure. And then I don't know if I'm gonna have a birthday cake, but I will have some kind of birthday treat.
Ooh, all right, good. You're gonna have to share.
Okay, I will.
And I love how you're still keeping your steps on your birthday. Like
I'm already over 10K for the day. So
good job. Good job, Cheryl. I
thank
love
you.
that. And we were talking about birthday traditions, and Misty was talking about she's got birthday hats since like 2010 from her mama. That's so sweet. I love it.
We
That's
love
awesome.
a party hat. Party hats are a fun time. I mean, did y'all not just instantly feel even better when you joined this live stream and was like, well, look how much fun we're already having?
Yes.
That's good. Listen, we're starting straight off with Hardbody saying his secret is discipline and he doesn't eat late at night. I love that. That's good. And that's what we're doing here. We want to share, what we're doing, what works, our challenges. And, I love that you share that because discipline is key. And each of us knows that, right? We know how important discipline is. I thought we could kind of go around and talk a little bit about your journey, talk about your channel, if things have changed for you on your journey. So let's start with Cheryl, since you're the birthday girl.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you.
All right. Well, over a year ago, I started my channel, and it was when I met everyone here for the most part. I was already working on weight loss, and because I had a health scare. So I already was working on my diet and some physical activity, not a lot. And then I was doing really well. So on my channel, I didn't really talk a lot about myself, mostly about Derek's steps. I mean, I did talk about myself some, and then other things we were all doing together in the community. But this year I'm more focusing on what I need to do because last year we had some scary stuff happen. And so I kind of fell off the deep end and gained almost to 10 pounds to where I was. So I'm working on that. So every day I'm doing my goals. I haven't missed a day this year. I have not binge ate. I believe it's over 3 months. And so just putting it all together, like my mental health, my physical health, my diet, my body really, really responds well with the keto diet. I know that's not for everybody, but that's just how my body responds the best. And so I'm just doing all the things that I've set out for myself this year. And I'm going to try to be more present for myself on my channel. So everyone can see, because I did, talk about certain things, but I mostly was doing fun things, which is great. It's great to do fun things, but I wasn't really truly talking about everything I was doing. So I think this helps me be more accountable.
Yes.
And then plus I like to cheer everybody on, even if they're having a bad day. And I know everyone will do that to me. So that's another reason why I'm going to try to be more present on my channel about all everything, good, bad, and, victories.
Yeah, just be real, right? Because you being real is going to help someone. We can't be fake about this stuff. We have to be real about it, because that's what's going to help each other and other people, for sure. Yeah. Awesome, Cheryl. You're doing great. So proud of you. Seriously. You're doing awesome. Really awesome.
Thank you.
Misty, what's going on?
Howdy, everybody. So actually this Thursday is going to be 3 years for me since I decided to change the way that I lived my life. So it has definitely changed. I have lost close to half my body weight, down over 150 pounds, started at over 330 pounds. Discipline is absolutely important. Consistency is key. All of these things, several of you here have heard me say before, and I just continue to show that on my channel. That's what I continue to plan on doing this year. I've added a Monday night live stream where I've been discussing different topics, which has been really fun. We've talked about non-scale victories, self-confidence versus self-esteem. We're going to have other topics of conversation, because I know that talking about it and being real about it, like y'all said, helps. Because sometimes you feel like you're the only one that feels that way, or like nobody could possibly be thinking this. And then you say it and people are like, oh, yeah, that's me 100%. You're like, oh, thank God. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So still crazy, but other people are right there with me. And
you're not alone.
Yeah, it just feels better. Even sometimes if you are the only one, they're still like, I can get that. It's not me, but I still get it. And that's what I love, being able to share with the people on this screen and just in this community as a whole. So thank you for having us today, Kirsten. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, this is great. I've been wanting to get the squad together, because we're all so different and different things work for each of us. And so we just want to be helpful, right? Just want to be helpful to everyone. We've got Christy and Elle. Christy, I work with Christy several times a week. And Elle is amazing. They worked out with us this morning. And so what's going on with you girls?
We're just living the dream over here in South Carolina. I don't know about y'all. Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
Back here in the South. No, I started my journey, what was it, Kirsten, a year ago, January?
Yes.
You and I met, I don't know, 3 years ago, I think, at a nonprofit. And you made a comment that I know you didn't mean. It wasn't meant to sting. What did
I say?
We were just talking, and I think I made a comment that I was tired or something because I was burning the candle on all ends, and I was driving like almost an hour and 45 minutes both ways to work, and working nonprofit's not easy, and it was just taking a toll on me. And I made a comment, and you said, Christy, you've really got to put yourself first. And I remember laughing at you. And you go, if you don't put yourself first, you're not going to be able to do this forever. And I was just like, all right, look at that Biddy. Like, she's like, trying to tell me I need to get my crap in shape. And, it was like years. And I think it was right in the middle of COVID, wasn't it? Or towards the end of COVID. I don't know. I just knew I was an athlete growing up, collegiate athlete, always in shape, knew how to take care of my body, exercise, knew all that stuff. But I just let it go for so many years. And I couldn't walk like a mile. I was very adventuresome. And I just started noticing little things, walking in the grocery store was becoming difficult, just doing fun things with the boys, just anything. And I was like, all right, now's the time. But I wanted to do it my way. I didn't want to do it some crazed fad diet. I didn't want to do surgery. I didn't want to do any of that. And I'm a spiritual person. And God said, hello, I gave you Kirsten years ago. Reach out. And I was like, nope. So I remember putting together this long text, and I was like, nah, that sounds really bad. And then I was like, nope, you know what? I need to be vulnerable. I need her to hear my heart, because if I'm not vulnerable, she won't believe it. And I remember I didn't even get the text sent, and you'd already responded yes with exclamation points, praise hands. And she said, let's set up a meeting. And we set up a Zoom meeting. Yeah, we set up a Zoom meeting, and it was October. And a year, what was it? It'll be 2 years in October.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you saying, Christy, now is not the time because it's right for the holidays, but I want you to make 3 changes. And I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. And she said, make 3 changes. And she said, let's think about those changes and we'll reconvene. So I did. I made 3 changes, and it was drink more water, and I think it was get more sleep or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was pressed to even just get 3,000 steps that at the beginning. So I started drinking more water, 3,000 steps, and getting more sleep. And you said, let's focus that through the holidays, get through the holidays. Don't stress about anything. Enjoy your holidays. And let's get back. Let's start J1. And it wasn't a resolution. It was a life change. And my goal is to lose 150 by 50. And this is really the first time I've publicly actually verbally said it, but it's to lose 150 by 50 and to run a half by the time I'm 50. And I turned 49 in March. So I'm doing this very slow. I think I'm a little over 40 pounds. Some weeks are great. Some weeks aren't. You know, this past week I texted Kirsten. I was like, what the crap? I gained 5 pounds. And she's like, slow your roll. Because I really felt like I was focusing on my water, on my food, like everything. And she's like, where are you at, hormones? I was like, oh yeah.
Hormonal.
So it's just like Misty and everybody says, it's the community. For me, it's spirit, it's mind, body, and soul. If I don't have my soul and my spiritual aspect in line, I notice that that's where you want to go and go somewhere else. So it's aligning myself spiritually. It's aligning myself with the right people that encourage me, that set me up for success, and also call me on my crap. You know, you got to have people that you love and trust that will call you on your crap. And I've got God has blessed me with people that are I'm very fortunate. And just going one day at a time. And I love it. You know, I absolutely love it. So we're just going from there.
That's awesome. Wow. Christy's the type of person who she could just talk and you're just going to sit there and go like this. You've got a lot of charisma and you're a very, very good speaker.
And I don't have a channel I use Kirsten's channel. How's that?
I keep telling her she needs a channel. Christy needs a channel.
I use Chase and I use you. That's it.
Someday I'm going to keep working on you. Al, what's going on with you, Al?
Hey guys. Yeah, so I think it was 2020. So it was about 2.5 years ago when I was kind of at a point where I was like, I've got to make a change. Like this is not working. I was probably like 50 some pounds heavier than I really should be. And it's been a struggle. So I have high blood pressure problems. So I've been on high blood pressure for many years. And I have a son who has disabilities. I have a son with Down syndrome. And, I've got to live long enough to take care of him. You know what I mean? I got to be around. Like, that's probably one of my biggest fears. I'm not really a fearful person, but like, I worry about, like, I've got to be around. I got to be healthy. I've got to be able to, take care of him as long as he's around. So, and he's such a joy. But, yeah. So, but I have to say it was hard because, and most of you know, Christy's my roommate, and she was not quite at that place when I was starting. So it's hard when you are trying to eat a certain way and you're trying to walk and you're trying to do things and everyone else in your household is not. So I had 3 boys in the house. They're eating like normal, like you're not on a diet, and they don't have to because they're young and skinny. You know what I mean? And meals are being prepared and you have to kind of make your own meals a certain way. And it's hard when you don't have that support in the house. So super excited now that kind of Chrissy's on the journey with me. So that's been great. We've been able to walk together and make meal plans together and stuff. But I mean, you do have to, like, you may be in this situation, somebody out there may be in a situation when you're the same way. Your family's not, they're not ready or they're not doing this yet, but you still have to make that choice. And I had to make that choice. Like, for me, I have to do this for me. Yeah. I've got to change. So I've actually lowered my blood pressure medicine, lower than half. And my goal was to get off it completely. So I'm super excited about that.
That's great.
And I did have initially lost 50 pounds over that time. So that's been good. But it's a struggle. I'm like the one who I will buy every diet. I will try everything. I'll be like, Chris, there'll be a box at the front door, and she'll be like, oh my gosh, what is this?
2 o'clock in the morning
like,
purchase.
Yeah, if I'm in the middle of the night, I'm buying something. Like, it's not good. So I've tried it all. But I will say, I don't know that any of that specifically works, but like for me, I will say like that I do feel better when I do intermittent fasting where I eat later in the morning or like at lunch. I kind of skip that breakfast. My body feels better. And my problem is I want to have a little snack at night. And if I can not do that, I do see that it does help with weight. If I do that, I don't lose weight. You know what I mean? So I have to kind of like force myself not to have those bites at night. If I do that, I do notice on the scale, it does make a difference the next day.
Yes.
So, but moving, like we just didn't move a lot. I mean, I always did. I was very outdoorsy growing up and as an adult, but we had gotten into really
comfortable
pattern.
We got really comfortable.
And so moving is key, exercising. So this year, and again, I'm not a consistent person because I work way too much. So this year, my goal has been consistency. And so working out 3 days a week, those other days, making sure I do 8,000 to 10,000 steps. And then I have the opposite days, I try to do my arms. So this is probably the most consistent I've ever been on working out. And you feel better. So so that's my biggest goal is trying to be consistent because I've not been a consistent person in general. So that's my biggest goal this year is try to be consistent and hoping I can get off the rest of that blood pressure medicine.
You should have seen her. She killed the push-up challenge. She shocked herself.
Yes.
She started getting some biceps. She's like, look at me.
Well, plus you both did awesome when you were on my team for the steps challenge the first time you guys signed up.
That was fun. That was fun.
I like the steps challenge. That was fun. I don't think I've ever paid attention to how many steps I walked a day.
Yeah.
Until that steps challenge. And so now, every day I'm looking at my watch and we're stupid at night. We'll be like, hold on, I got a few more steps. And I'm like walking around the house or,
it's not just it is not just you. We have all walked around our apartments. We have all walked in place. What are you talking about?
Right Chris would be like, what are you doing? I'm like, hold on, I'm not there yet.
Trying to get our steps in.
Quick jog. Yeah.
And I do want to thank Derek for that because honestly, I mean, it makes you accountable. You're accountable on your team. You're accountable to yourself to get those steps in. Otherwise, you don't know. You just don't know. So grateful for that. That's why I love challenges, love the monthly challenges because it just kind of ups the game for you, Alita, what's going on with you, my friend? Oh, and hello, Deanna. Deanna's in the house. Woo, woo.
Hey, happy to be here.
So Alita, what's going on? Alita's got a channel. Please check out all these ladies' channels. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, Lita's Health Journey is my channel. I haven't been active there as of about 5 months ago. I am working on getting back on there, but it's just a mental thing I have to overcome right now. I'm trying to do the physical and get my diet back right, getting on track. So long story short, from 2018, over a 4-day period, became paralyzed from the neck down.
Wow.
Had several neck and back surgeries and physical therapy, speech therapy, all kind of stuff. And pretty much from 2018 to 2021, March of 2021, I rolled around in self-pity. And then one day I was sitting here and my insurance company called and told me they would pay for my gym membership. And I was like, I can't do anything. I could barely walk. So I wasn't even going to go, but I was like, there's nothing to lose. I might as well try to move a little bit. And I went and I started out at like a 1/4 mile, really slow, and worked my way up to 3 miles at 3.0 and elevated. And it just kept getting better and better and better. And I'd say from March 2021 to about summer of last year, I was getting it. I was doing it. Felt the best I've ever felt in my almost 45 years. And then all kinds of stuff started happening. Uh, the first thing I remember happening was hormones going out of whack. They tried me on several different medicines. Nothing was working. Then in August, I had COVID. That put me out of service for a couple of weeks, put me out of the gym. I was trying to hang on through the hormones, but when COVID hit, it it just knocked me back. And after that, severe, I'd say seasonal depression. Just the holidays aren't the best times for a lot of people, and I'm one of those lucky ones. And it just was like a snowball. I can't even explain it. I get overwhelmed when I even think back to that time because I felt like I wasn't gonna make it out. And then I thought I went to Cheryl's house and had a week getaway. Just fun, full of fun. We didn't talk about depression, didn't talk about anything, didn't talk about the weight, didn't eat like we were trying to lose weight. And when I got back home, I had gotten down to 201 as of last summer. And when I got back from Minnesota, I hit 241. And then I saw Kirsten and Misty's life. And I got back on the workouts with y'all the last 2 weeks. I'm down 10 pounds now. Well, 9 pounds, almost 10. And I've got to get back where I was. I got to get back to at least 200. That's right now. That's my goal is 200. And then when I get there, we'll go from there. But I thought, I think what I've learned from this is I thought I had it booked. Like I thought I had it. It was sealed. I was doing it and it was already done. I didn't have nothing else to worry about. And then just a little bit of depression and a little bit of sickness and just bad timing. And before you know it, I was spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
But I'm back, and it was the hardest thing was facing you guys. I avoided most people to no end because I didn't want to admit I was a failure.
Oh. Oh.
But you
Love you,
all
Alita, and you're not
made
a
me feel
failure.
like I wasn't a failure.
Because if you're a failure, then that means I'm a
love you
failure. I
guys.
got up to 275 again. We're not failures. We're just
Yeah,
on a crazy journey,
No.
and we're going to get where we want to be.
that's
Good for
right.
you.
You're not a
That's right.
failure.
Right,
You're not a failure unless you quit, and you haven't quit.
No,
You
that's
just
right, right.
Took a detour.
Well, I
Pretty-
remember it creeping up. Like I remember it going from 201 to I remember seeing 207, and I was like, And then I remember it hitting 214, and I remember like all these little marks I remember, but I just couldn't get control of it. I just had lost complete control and was depressed. And they finally got my medicine straightened out. I started feeling better, but by then I had gotten so back addicted to the sugar, I couldn't I couldn't get control of it. And with the help of my husband and you guys, I've it is still not as easy as it was. I ain't gonna lie, I'm still struggling really bad with the sugar, but I'm slowly getting back to the mindset I was at last summer.
We are so glad, Alita. We are so glad you're back. And life is a journey. And sometimes we want to run and hide when things are going bad for us. And I would just prompt everybody that's what community is about, to support each other and to hold up each other's arms when our arms are too heavy to hold up ourselves, to hold each other up, to love on you when you need love. Like that's what it's all about. Please do not run and hide. Please, please, please reach out and just say, I'm having a bad day. I need help today. And we will help you and we will love you through it because it's hard. Life is hard. Let's be honest. Life is hard. Life's hard when things are going well. And when things don't go
Right.
well, it gets doubly hard. So Alita, we are so glad you're
Yeah.
back, honey. And we love you, and it just makes us so
Thank
happy that you're here. Really.
Love
And
y'all.
Deanna, look at beautiful Deanna in her hat. I love that hat. Cool. Deanna, can you hear us?
Oh no, did she just freeze? Oh, there she
Yeah,
is.
I know. I was like,
And then I was like, oh no, we're gonna freeze. The one time I have to talk, now it freezes. Like,
At least you looked beautiful when it froze. Lucky
yeah,
you.
you
At
did.
least your mouth wasn't
I
open.
didn't have some bad face going on.
That'd be me.
I'm Deanna. I've been on my journey since late in 2019. So I started funny, like in June or July of 2019, but I was going nowhere. I was like, I don't know why, nothing was happening for me. And then that's when I came across the No BS weight loss program, which is how I started my weight loss journey, which has, there's no diet involved in it. It's all about more about behavior modification. You just make a plan, you follow your plan, and then you make adjustments. You make small 1% improvements every single day. So I was doing that for a long time. I lost like 40 pounds with that. And then I just hit like a major stall. And for like a year and a half, I was like beating my head up against a wall because I kept doing the plan the way that she was telling me to do the plan, and it just wasn't working. I just wasn't doing anything. So finally I decided this is just insanity. So now I'm a calorie counter and I count my calories because I don't actually want to limit my food groups. I like to have all food groups, and I don't. So I like to have all foods. Anyway, so now I'm a calorie counter, but mainly I'm about habit change and habit formation and changing my identity. So the first thing that was really a big, huge identity change for me was in just fitness and just becoming accepting of fitness at all. Like at first it was like not even steps were acceptable. Like, no, I'm like, and then I had to slowly get into that. And then I had to slowly work into, weight training. It was like, but it was all like a long adjustment period. So every person, is on their own path, and everybody is going to take the amount of time that it takes them. So where Alita is talking about, being failure, I've been consistently uploading YouTube videos for a year and a half, maintaining my weight on a weight loss journey. Like that, like so many people can come to my channel and say, what the hell is that girl doing? And why should I watch her video? But you watch my video to learn how to have perseverance, to continue the fight, to know that no matter what you're doing, you're still doing.
yes.
You're trying, you're learning, you're growing, because it's really easy when we have good days. When life is treating you great, whenever your job's good and your relationships are great and everybody in your family is healthy. And sometimes we can do that for 6 months. We can have this great thing and we can lose like a whole bunch of weight in 6 months because everything is going right. But whenever stuff hits the fan, how do we deal with that? And how do we learn to get back? And how do we learn to get back faster than we did the last time?
Yes.
How do we learn to get back faster than we did the last time? So it's just a process. And that's part of, just learning and growing and keep trying. And it's not going to stop whenever we get to our goal weight. It's not going to, it's going to continue on. It's going to be a thing for, anyone that's ever, gone through this. So I'm here to just show that there is no failure. It's the perseverance. It's
That's right. It's good.
Amen. That is such a great message. And Misty, when Misty and I were on our live, we talked about we're on this journey forever. As long as we're on this earth, you're either maintaining your fitness and health journey, or you're striving for your goals, but you're always doing something. You're never, okay, I'm done, guys, I'm good, see you later. Never, because we have to maintain our health. We have to maintain our health as long as that we're alive. And Deanna, you said something which I loved in the line of creating healthy habits, because going back to what Hardbody said in the beginning, it's about discipline, right? It's about discipline. And there was one Saturday, I think Saturday it was New Year's Eve or something. And I was like, hey, do you guys still want to meet? And Deanna responded and she's like, yeah, I'm assuming we're meeting because we always meet. And I was like, I love that. I love that. And that's why we work out on Saturdays, because it's a habit and it's something that we just do, you know. And the occasions where I couldn't be there, Misty hosted, and the girls still meet and they still work out because it's all about healthy habits. Right. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So I love that we shared our stories. And as you can see, they're all so different, but we're all on a journey, right? We're all on a journey. And Derek, you mentioned something, I put it on here a lot, that I think that's a very common thing for us to do.
Raise your hand.
Right? This time.
Just did that last weekend. Ghosted everybody for about
Absolutely.
24 hours. It still happens, but I don't do it
Yeah.
as long anymore. And it is more helpful, Derek, when I don't. And Alita, I want you to hear that message too. You know, girl, I'm still going to check on you and let you have your time, but it is okay to reach out to community because you're not a failure. We love you. And that goes for everybody here.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly right. Big virtual hugs, right?
Yeah, it's hard. It's that trauma, and you don't want to put it on anybody else, and you don't want anybody else to have to go through
Right.
it with you. But that is 100% what we're for, and that's what I have learned. In loving myself better, I can love y'all better, and the same is true for you.
That's good.
Okay,
That's good.
sorry.
Missy. No, that's okay.
If there's people that are, you know, it's really important. Like if you really connect with somebody, if you really resonate with somebody and that you see here on the screen or that you see in the chat and that, you know, you think is like, you know, you guys click or something, reach out to them and just say, would you be my accountability buddy? Can we be friends? Can we, you know, and any one of us that is on this channel right now would love to be your friend and help support you if you need someone to be there for you. Anybody who's watching this, you shouldn't be out there and feel like that you're alone. There are people willing to be your friend and to help support you.
Absolutely. And when we're done here, I will put everyone's links in here. Now, Nick girl, Janine, is that Janine?
Janine. Yeah,
Okay. Janine, yes, we will put all those links in there because we're not alone. You're not alone. And this is a community and we want to help you guys, which is why we're here. So, okay, I want to go around and I know you guys mentioned it a little bit. Me being a trainer, health coach, gosh, we all know the importance of fitness nutrition. A lot of people say nutrition 80%, fitness 20%, or even vice versa. For me, my journey, it's been about fitness. Like if my fitness is not on, I'm not on. Like my health is not on. For me, it's all about fitness. I wanted to kind of go around and I wanted to get your feedback on what is it? Is it fitness or is it nutrition for you, for each of you guys? Or is it both for you guys? Cheryl?
For me, it's actually both because sometimes I can't do all of the fitness I want due to arthritis issues. So some of my days is just my PT exercises and stretching. And then so I'm not always, I don't know how to say it, but to use my weights every day and those, I'm not there yet. So for me, I think it's 50-50 just because I cannot do all the physical things I would like to at this moment in time. So
Can I just say you were hurting and you were sitting in your chair and working out. So yeah, that is changing, Cheryl, because you are figuring out what you can do now. Instead of saying I can't do it because I'm in pain, you're like, let me figure out how I can do this.
Yeah, that's true. I am doing things. I'm doing more things. Just I can't in my mind. I want to be back where I was a year ago. Obviously, that isn't the case. So, so when I say I can't do things, it's the things I was doing a year ago where I could pretty much do almost anything. So, obviously, I'm working my way back to there. So for me, at the moment, it is 50-50. So if I don't stay eating keto, and you still can not lose weight for the week if I eat dirty keto, like I'm eating too many of the keto snacks or whatever, that reflects also. So right now, since I've gained this weight back and I'm not up to my par, physically, I have 50-50 for me.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Okay. That's good. That's good answer. Good, fair answer. Misty, what about you?
That it is a really good question, and it is really sort of difficult for me to answer. I will 100% say when I started, it was nutrition. It was the food that I ate. 100%, no question. I lost almost 100 pounds before I even thought about fitness. Fitness was a joke. Nobody's doing that. That is not for me. Y'all talk about being athletes and stuff y'all used to do when y'all were younger. I'm about to jump rope for the first time that I can ever remember in my life. I'm doing sit-ups for the first time in my life. Like, so it's now it's different for me. But when I started, I would say nutrition. And it is still nutrition for me because if I have to eat the foods that make me feel the best. And I have a problem where sugar does not make me feel the best. Now, I do have carbs, and I have more carbs now the less that I weigh, but it's because of the fitness that burns those so much more effectively for that, instant boost for me. So it's still a balance of not too much to where I don't feel well, but, enough to where I have the energy to do all of the fitness that I want to do.
Right.
But fitness for me changed my mind. And that is what has made it sustainable. I believe all the other times that I did it, because I don't know about y'all, but this isn't my first time losing weight. I'm an expert. I've done it over and over and over again. I'm real good at that part. What I'm not real good at is keeping it off. And I've never tried fitness before because I was a big girl. Big girls don't do fitness. Big girls don't jump. Big girls, what are you talking about? Do a squat. That's cute. We're not doing that. I'm too big. And I still had that mindset for a really long time. And now that I'm in fitness and doing so many things, it has made me love myself. It has given me so much confidence. It has given me so much energy to give to others. Like we say, love on others is one of my favorite things to do, to be able to help. And fitness now is more important than nutrition for me, but I'd have to keep the nutrition in balance. Yeah. So I'd say 70-30 probably right now for me, because when I don't do the fitness, because I haven't been getting as many steps, I haven't been walking as much, I've only been doing the boot camps for the most part, and I can tell I haven't been in the best mental state. And I've been doing more the last week, and I've started to feel a little bit better again. So fitness helps me mentally more than anything else ever has. Yeah. And so for me, that makes it more important in the sustainability of this as a lifestyle.
Wow, that's good. That's good. I love how it's like changed.
It changed. Yeah. It flipped.
I love that. I love that so much. I want to reach out. Let's see. I want to show this. So Alan says, I am diet is to the weight and then exercise is to get healthy. You can't exercise off a bad diet. That is 100% Alan. You can't eat crap and expect to exercise and be healthy. You can't do it. And like Misty said, you have to feel good. Your body has to have good fuel in order for you to work out in a good way. And I wanted to share this. I have to do mostly nutrition. Okay. So yeah, nutrition is so important. Thank you, Janine, for sharing that. Carolyn. We love you, Carolyn. And wow, you made another life. So thank you for that. That is beautiful. That's such a miracle. That is such a miracle.
It's a big task, friend. You did a great job at it.
You did a great job. You made a life. Thank you.
Right.
Like a miracle. And then Will says fitness helps show that mentally we can get through hard things. Absolutely.
I don't think it should be called fitness anymore. I think it should just be therapy.
Yes, Christy. Yes.
That's therapy I have every day. That's
therapy for me. I mean,
I know my Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 is a butt. Sorry, I was about to say something else. But we chat about we chat about everything.
Yeah, it is. When I was on leave after my dad died, the one thing I looked forward to every day was the workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
It absolutely is the best therapy I get every day.
Amen. Amen. Yeah. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Deanna, is it what's What's it for you? Is it 50-50 or has it changed or what's going on? Fitness, nutrition?
Oh, so years ago, if you would have asked me, I would have said it was 100% nutrition. It was 100% what you eat. And I have totally changed my mind on that completely. I'm going to go with, I don't know, I'm just pulling a number out of a hat. I'll probably change my mind tomorrow. 70-30, 80-20, somewhere in there. I don't know. But because of my obsession with habit trackers, there's a correlation between my activity level and my moods and the way that I eat. So it all kind of works together. So
Yeah.
I find, and especially for me, outdoor activity boosts my mood. Being out in the sunlight, being out in nature, having time alone in my thoughts, really helps to boost my mood. And because I do have like kind of, I guess maybe a lot of depression probably, maintaining that mood level is so very, very important. And that's what the fitness does, is it helps give me those good hormones. It helps boost my mood. So it makes everything else a little bit easier. But I never would have really known that without tracking my moods and my activity level and my food all at the same time to really solidify that that's a fact. Like I can't argue with it. It's hard data that shows.
That's really smart. That's so smart of you to do. And I know, like, I always like when I watch your videos, I'm like, I'm so impressed by how much you track. Like, that's just very impressive to me. And you're like, it gives me comfort. Like, it gives me comfort to track and to know. And it's just knowing yourself better, right? Knowing what works. That's awesome.
Yeah. And it doesn't take me any time at all. And I kind of, it's therapeutic.
That's great. That's awesome, Dan.
I'm kind of weird.
Nah, no. Well, we're all a little weird, and that's okay. I love weird.
I'm uniquely me.
No, just kidding. So, Christianelle, what are you thinking? Is it fitness, nutrition, a little bit of both?
Go.
That's it for you. I know for me, like I cannot, even if I try to eat low carb or whatever, if I don't work out at all, if I have no fitness, I don't lose weight as well. So I have to do something because my body is very stubborn. It loves fat. It loves to hold on to it. It does not want it to go away ever. So it's like, it's really hard. But one thing you said a couple weeks ago really stuck with me, Kirsten, was you said your body is only, it's like 100%. So you're either gaining muscle or you're gaining fat. And that really, like, I never thought about it that way. Because like I said, I've been a very consistent person with workouts. You know, I'm like you, I love the outdoors. I'm like, if I want to do something, like I would much rather go outside, take a hike or just do whatever. But it does energize me. But it never, for whatever reason, that comment you made really stuck in my head. And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm either like really gaining muscle or I'm gaining fat. So I'm like, okay, we use these barbells a little bit more or whatever. But
you increased your barbells.
I did. So, but that was really good. But yeah, my body's super stubborn. So it's like, I have to do both. But I will say the food, like if I just try to work out and eat like a normal day's worth of food without really being careful, I would never lose weight for sure. I have to. The food is huge for me. I have to be careful what I eat.
You know, I don't think you're alone, Elle. I think, you know, our bodies are stubborn and our bodies are going to fight to stay where they're at. So we have to constantly be changing it up. We have to be doing different things to kind of trick our body into change because our bodies don't really want to change. Especially as you get older.
It really doesn't want to do anything. So.
And it gets harder.
Yeah.
Thank you for our bodies. Like, I'm so grateful, but it's also hard. It is hard when you reach a certain age to lose weight. That's just the facts of life. Mm-hmm. So we have to work harder. We have to eat a little bit less in order to maintain and to reach our goals. That's just how it is, right? That's how it is.
Yeah, and the less you weigh, the less you have to eat too. I keep having to remember to adapt and modify to that.
That's
Yes.
true. More portions.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I keep thinking, why is this not? And I'm like, oh, I'm still eating the same I was as I was when I was like 30, 40 pounds heavier. Eat a little bit less. And then sometimes that does help drop the weight off. But it is something that you, maybe not everybody, but that some people forget about.
Right.
You don't weigh as much. You don't need that many calories to sustain yourself anymore, even though I am doing more exercise. So I do need it for that. And to keep that in balance is also really important.
Great point, Misty. Portion control. Portion's huge. I'm not a big proponent of saying you can't have that, you can't have that, you can't have that, but you can portion what you're eating, right? If you want to have something sweet, have a little bit, just a little bit. You know, you don't have to splurge every single time, right? Christy, what about you? I know, like, you're very strong. You're very physical. You're physically fit. I mean, I know how important physical fitness is to you.
Yeah, the younger side of me back in the day would use fitness to hide my college diet because I think we were Bud Light fanatics back in the day, you know, yeah. But, you know, you hide it because, you know, you're doing 3 a days and everything else, but your body changes. And I remember graduating from college and 3 days weren't 3 days. They became a little less. So now I'm adjusting to 50-50. I know it's going to change. I'd like to do more of the fitness. And I'm trying to figure out how to do that with my schedule.
Yeah.
But right now it's 50-50. And then, you know, we've been talking, her and I on the side, offline, just nutritionally, how to change that and adjust that more to still make it 50-50. So, so right now where I'm at is 50-50. Fitness for me is like Deanna. It's a spiritual thing. You get outside, vitamin D, it's nutrition, it's supplements. Vitamin D is life to me, you know. Like we got done working out with you today, and no lie, we both went out to the back deck and we probably took a 15-minute power nap in the sun, you know, in the swing. And it's energizing, you know, it's very energizing. So right now I'm 50-50. I do want to change it and increase because I know as I lose weight, I need to be able to retract the skin and retract that, and I need to increase my fitness. So I want to be able to make it a balance as I drop. So, but that's what I have you for.
That's right. That's right. And I love how it does ebb and flow through the journey, you know, and that's the great
It's
thing.
constantly changing.
Yes.
And I think, you know, if it's not changing, we get comfortable and we get stagnant, you know, like everybody has said, Cheryl, Alita, everybody said the same words. You get comfortable. And then when you get comfortable, that's when you tend to fall off the train, you know, and
right.
I think that's when we keep each other accountable and we challenge each other. That's when it's fun.
Yes. And that's why we just want to stand.
Bye, Carolyn.
Right. Bye, Carolyn. Have a great day.
Bye, Carolyn.
So Alita, what about you, hon?
Well, like Misty said, it's a good question, but it's a little hard. I think it definitely changes, and for me a lot, because right now I feel like I'm more 80-20, nutrition being 80, because you and Misty and Cheryl know more than the others, but my limitations become impossible, and not just limitations, with more weight and with inflammation. And I think that's for everybody, really, not just me. But when I eat sugar or overeat and I get inflamed, it's even harder on my neck and my back, and I just can't do as much fitness. And you can see in the workouts we've been doing, you know, I'm not where I was. But so right now it's 80-20, but I think before, when I was at my best, it was probably 50-50, because I think the fitness part wasn't so much about my weight and trying to look different or feel different. It was more mental. I noticed more of a change. I think that's why the depression came after the hormone and the COVID and everything, because my me time every day was my gym time. and I would make it. I would just think the whole time to myself, like it was like nobody else was in the gym but me, and I was just thinking, and it didn't have to be deep thought. I was thinking about how to make things better, diving into my childhood, trying to figure out why some of the things are like they are with me mentally and with family and friends, why I handle things the way I do. And when you start diving deep like that, it gets really deep really quick. But that's what I use that time for, is to reflect on my life and the decisions I've made and why I am where I am and why my relationships are where they are. And I just try to become a better person. So I think right now it's 80-20, but when I get where I'm going in the next few months, it'll be more 50-50.
I love that. I love that. And I love how important it is to connect with our bodies mentally. It's not just physical. And I think all of us have mentioned that it's mental,
Right.
it is therapeutic. So what's good for your body, and Misty, we talked about this, good also is good for your mental capacity, and it's good for your spirituality, and it's good for balance, right? It's good for balance in your life, because you can't be all physical, right? You're off balance. You can't be all in your head all the time. Not good. And I mean, yeah, you probably could be spiritual nonstop, but we still have to take care of our temples. We still have to take care of our body to do what we're called to do. So I wanted to share this, Will. For me, finding the healthy balance between nutrition changes. The more activity increases, I think the more my nutrition matters. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We have to have good fuel, right? We have to have the good fuel for our bodies to perform and to prevent. So that's
Enough of it for sure. Yeah, my struggle was having enough fuel once I increased the fitness. And I do, one thing that I love about this group is that none of us are like, we want to get strong and big muscles. We're just like, we want a mental clarity. And that's what we all do fitness.
Yeah.
But it's funny for Alita, that's when she works through stuff. For me, I feel like it's the only time my brain is quiet. I love all those Instagram videos where it's like chatter, 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 and then they do the workout, and then it's just shh.
Yeah.
That's what it does for me. My brain talks all the time. And to have an hour where I can just listen to you tell me what to do next is the most relaxing, quiet time for me. And that helps me spiritually. I know that sounds crazy, right? But it really is.
No.
It's so relaxing for me to hear just y'all talk. It's fine, but it's quiet for me.
Yeah. I love that. That's super cool. That is super cool.
Well, I think it's interesting because people talk about all these things they think about while they walk. I'm like, y'all think? I'm just walking.
Look, I'm just trying to breathe when I walk. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we thinking about? I'm thinking, is it time to walk again yet? Normally, that's what I'm thinking.
It hurts to think. I ain't thinking. It hurts.
Well, that's like Cheryl disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know where
Cheryl disappeared, but if she was here, she could back me up. I noticed, and I don't know, I haven't been back to the doctor since I've been back from my trip, but I told Cheryl it had not happened in probably 6 months or more. When I was up there, there was times I would have to take a break and sit down not because I was tired, but from my waist down, my right leg was numb. I couldn't feel it. And when you're walking on ice and snow, you kind of need to feel your leg. And so I would have to sit down, and it didn't take long, like a 1 minute, and it felt like blood was rushing back. I was okay to go on, but that had not happened. So I feel like it was something with the weight gain, because it still does it even here at home. And but I feel like that's something else that when I get back on track, or I'm back on track, but when I lose back down, I think that'll clear itself back out.
Wow.
There
And
she is.
Yes. Welcome back, Cheryl. We didn't know where you were.
My laptop decided it didn't want to connect to the internet anymore. Woo! Exciting.
Well, you're back. You're back. And Alita, I just want to just uplift you because, you know, we all have challenges. Every single person has something that they're working through, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, whether it's both, whatever it is. And some of us have more than others, right? Some of us are dealing with a lot more than others. But the fact that you keep showing up, that you have the discipline to show up and do what you can that day, that's the most important thing, you know? And so we're just so proud of you, Alita. So proud of
Kirsten,
you.
what do we call that?
No excuses.
excuses.
No excuses. That is exactly right, Christy. No excuses. There are no excuses. Now we're going to wrap this up. So I want to go around and I want you guys to give your best pep talk to the people who are going to watch on replay, the people that are here, what you would say to them on their journey to keep them going. Like, just super quick, what's worked for you, and let's do some encouragement. Misty.
It's so really quick encouragement is to know that it's for the rest of your life. It's not just a one piece of a journey. Welcome.
You're still in a car.
Welcome to the rest of your life. It's going to be fun, and you are worthy of living the healthiest version possible, and you can do it. You do it by showing up for yourself every day. Consistency will absolutely lead to progress over time. And if you don't believe in yourself, reach out to one of us, because we do, and we can help remind you that you can do it too. We know you can because we've all done it. Some of us have done it more than once, right? But it doesn't mean you're a failure. It means you're still showing up, because Deanna, that's 100% why I come to your channel every day, is because you're there doing it, right? And that's what I want everybody to do. Keep doing it. Keep showing up. You're worth it. And I love you.
Amen. Amen. I love that. I love that. Alita.
Misty kind of covered mine at the end there, but I was just going to say, just show up, because that's whether you're talking about the gym or your diet, that's the hardest part, I believe, at least for myself, is just showing up. Once you show up, the rest is easy, but it's that first step. Like, I joined the gym 3 days before my first trip to the gym because I just could not go. But once you go, once you show up, then the rest is easy. So just show up.
Just show up. As simple as that, right? It's simple to say, hard to do sometimes. Cheryl, what about you?
Yes.
Don't wait for Monday. Start today. Might be little. Hey, maybe you ate a bowl of sugary cereal and whatever. Don't eat that the rest of the day. Maybe go out for a little walk or watch a video and do an exercise, anything. Don't always say, oh, I'm going to wait till Monday and load up all weekend. And then Monday comes, you don't do it. And you know what? I did it. Everyone here has done it. And I believe in you, and you're amazing. And I know you can do it. Little baby steps will get you where you need to go.
Aw, thanks, Cheryl. Thank you. That's awesome. That's a great message. And that's true. Everyone has been there. Deanna, what about you?
My advice is to do you, to be you, to find what works for you. What works for the ladies on the screen might not be what works for you. You might need to take a little bit from Kirsten, a little bit from Misty, a little bit from Alita, a little bit from Elle, a little bit from Kirsten, find a little bit from Cheryl. Find what works for you. Just because somebody else gave up soda doesn't mean you have to give up soda. Just because somebody else gave up carbs doesn't mean you have to give up carbs. You have to find what works for you. You have to be willing to give it trial and experiment. And you know what? Sometimes we're going to fail. But when that little baby you was walking, your parents didn't say, well, don't ever give up and don't ever try again.
Right.
You're never going to get it.
That's
They let you fail at trying to learn to walk. And you eventually did. So you got to keep trying. Find what works for you.
Thank you. That is awesome. That is awesome. Good message. Elle and Christy.
Go ahead.
Hey, I would just say, you know what? The enemy wants you to be in isolation. Do not believe that lie. Find community. Find people that are like you. Find people that have the same goals as you.
Amen.
We don't want to be in isolation. We've got to be in community.
Yeah.
And don't believe the lies that next thing that you're going to binge on is going to make you feel better. Because guess what? It's not. Just don't believe the
Never
lies.
does.
Just know that you are worthy, and kind of do that mental check. I'd say I feel like a lot of this is mental, a lot of this is spiritual, honestly.
Amen.
And I think that's big, and consistency. So you're worth it. You are so worth it. Get off the horse, get back on. It's all good. Find that community. Don't be in isolation, and don't believe lies. That's my advice.
Thank you. Thank you. That's so good. Look, you're going to make me cry now. All right, Christy, what about you?
I'm just summing up with this: no excuses. Stop making excuses, because if you continue to make the excuses, you're going to stay stuck. And if you stay stuck, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to continue to look behind you. And it tells you to stop looking behind, but to look forward. Because if you look forward, you want to move forward. You have to move forward when you want to step up. So my advice is to find the community that is going to elevate you, to love on you, to encourage you, but also call you on your crap. Because if they don't call you on your crap, they're not really true community. Find the community that's going to call you on everything, but stop making excuses and start with small stuff. If you can't, y'all, I couldn't even walk a mile a year ago. So if you can't even do that, then walk to your mailbox and call it a victory, because that's a victory. And if you fail, okay, pick it up and move on. It's okay. What do they call it? Step on up, or you step on up, brush it off and step on up. Brush it off and step on up. And my other last thing is stop comparing yourself to everybody that's on Instagram, YouTube, and everything else, because we are not made the same. We are made differently, and we are made uniquely, and we have to find what works for us. Because just as Deanna, I think, said it, if it doesn't work for me, it may work for you, and what works for Elle may not work for anybody else. But find what works for you and do it. And have fun with it, because if it's not fun
with it,
yeah, have fun. I mean, there are times where I'm salty. There are times that I'm good, but the salty is still hilarious. I mean, we're like cutting up when it's salty. So I'm like, dude, I'm out here. I get to, because here's it is. Every day is a new 24, and we get to. We woke up on this side of the dirt. We get to, because we're choosing us, because we, as everybody has said, you are worthy, you're valuable, you're beautiful, you're wonderfully made for a purpose, and the purpose is for God to use you mightier and greater. That's my no excuses.
Oh, we're closing on that one. There's nothing I can say in addition to that. And that's why I love you guys. I love you guys so much, because you're very wise, and you guys are here, you're showing up, you're doing it, and you're trying to help other people. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for diving deep. I think, diving deep is hard, and it is emotional, and that's okay. And happy birthday to Cheryl.
Cheryl, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, Cheryl. And Coach, as always, thank you for giving us this space to have
Thanks,
this community.
Kirsten.
It is very important to
Very
me
much.
and all of these ladies and everybody in this chat. So
Kirsten.
thank you for your time as always. And thanks, Coach. We love
Kirsten.
you. You're great. You're crazy, but we love that about you. And that's
Kirsten, I say this to you in private all the time, but you have a purpose and a passion and a platform that God has given you, and you continue to use that platform for his purpose, and it is making changes with people you haven't even seen yet. This little space you've got right here is nothing to the people you have touched. So my friend, keep doing what God has called you to do, because you are planting seeds that you may not water, but other people are going to water. But you're planting those seeds of life change that are going to give people life back. And thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd probably be 6 feet under, because I was not heading in a good, healthy direction.
Oh, Christy.
You're amazing, my friend.
You're sweet. Thank you so much. That is so sweet.
Okay,
I am really going to cry now.
Power to the trainers.
I love you guys so much. I love you
Do what
guys.
Cheryl did.
Right. Yeah, she's totally right. I've told you that.
I love
Right, Misty? We need
Yeah.
to keep telling her because she's doing
I do. I
amazing.
tell her that all the time. I'm in her Instagram all the time, being like, "You are hysterically funny. You are great. This is perfect." And she helps so much more than anybody would ever know. And I think everybody here
Exactly right.
individually would say that about you, which shows how much you help everybody.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you guys. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. Thank you.
She's
I
the
love
Bye,
you.
y'all.
sweetest. When I reached out to her the other day, and I figured after 5 months she probably deleted me out of her phone, but I texted her, and right away she texts back, welcoming me back, and she's wonderful.
Of course. I was praying for you, Alita. I love you girls. You guys have a good weekend. I'm thankful for you.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
too.
Thank
Happy
you. Love you all.
Thanks for
Bye.
joining.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.